Hey folks, it's Lauren from Snowy's here with the Oztrail Rhino Bed.
Hit it.
It has a high density foam padding for enhanced comfort, a range of different sleep settings with large self-leveling feet and adjustable legs. Hold up fam, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any awesome content on the Snowy's channel. Let's get into it. So it weighs just under 10 kilos, and when it's packed, it measures about 1 meter by 82 centimeters by about 25 centimeters in depth here. So the bag itself is quite, obviously, as you can see, quite an extensive bag. It's made of a heavy duty polyester. We've got piping along the outside. We've got a couple of different configurations here with the handle as well. So we've got our 2 carry straps here that has our little Velcro loop here to gather the handles together. You've also got a handle on the front here, which is helpful for dragging it in and out. Potentially it's like in the boot or in a camper trailer or something like that. Now that handle exists on both sides, so it doesn't matter how you orient the bag. And it's also really handy if you want to carry this with a partner or somebody else, because you can have one person holding on each side as you cart it along. The other option it has in terms of a carry strap is this very heavy duty padded shoulder section or shoulder pillow here. It's got some non-slip material on the underside as well. And this shoulder carry strap is fully adjustable. So let's get the Rhino Bed out and have a look. So just pulling the Rhino Bed out of the bag here like so, just making sure there's nothing caught on these bits of legs that can sometimes make it a bit tricky to get out of the bag. First things first is we're going to want to unlock or loosen off these little locking screws, I guess you call them. We'll do that on the other side here as well. Now this is the head of the bed where we've got our first set of legs. We're going to set that one up after. So what we're going to do is flip the bed over. So we're on the side here with our 2 legs. Now we're going to pull these ones up like so. And we can see here there's a locking pin that's on one side of the leg. It's not on the other side. So we've just got this little locking pin on one side of the leg. And we've got this little sort of metal shield here, I guess, around the hole that helps to sort of reinforce that. And just simply by opening the leg, we're going to see that little locking pin push in and then click into the hole. And now we're just gonna adjust these little feet so they're facing upright. And we're gonna do the same thing with the other leg. Again, we've got a locking pin just on that one side, which is gonna push itself out and then lock in. So we'll flatten out these feet on the top of the legs as well. And now from here, we're just gonna flip the Rhino Bed over, like so. Now I'm going to twist it around just for the purposes of filming, because I know this is our head end and I want it to face on the opposite side of the camera. But once we're here, we're going to do the same thing with our legs that are underneath our head panel here. I'm just going to flatten out the feet like so, and then lift the legs open. Again, the locking pin on this 3rd leg as well. So once that's locked into place, we can just open up the head section and the foot section here. As you can see, we've got a couple of stirrups on the frame on the underside. So this foot section is going to lock into place on those. So once your Rhino Bed is set up, it measures about 206 centimeters long, 94 centimeters wide, and 37 centimeters high, up to a maximum of 43 centimeters high with the adjustable legs. Now, the material on the top here is a very soft and very warm polar fleece, and the padding on the inside of the bed is actually a high density foam. So it's not a stuffing like you would get in other chairs and things like that, but it's actually large sheets of foam that are stitched into the material here. On the underside, I might just actually lift this one back up to show you on the underside. We have a 600 denier polyester, so that's nice and heavy duty. It's a similar grade to a lot of quad fold camp chairs. And we've got a 22 mil powder coated steel frame. And our elastic is woven all the way around the outside for extra comfort and tension. So we're not using springs, and it's not fully stitched into the frame, so there is lots of movement and give there. And they're obviously attached to the bed mat here with some reinforced webbing straps and stitching that runs all the way around the bed as well. Now, in terms of some of the features, we've got here adjustable legs. Now, it's going to be the same on every single leg, but I'll just show you on this one for ease. So we've got a little tab here, which is like a galvanized steel. Now, that's going to a locking pin for the adjustable leg. So we can push that down and then extend out the legs. So the absolute maximum adjustment here is 10 centimeters, but you're probably going to want it a little bit less than that just for stability and strength. So all of the legs are independently adjustable, which is perfect for uneven ground. And then we've also got here on the bottom our feet, which are fully adjustable. Now, if I rotate this a little bit here, you'll see that there is a channel on the underside. So that means that the feet can move either fully side to side, like so, or they can move tilt front to back. Now, they can also sort of go, say, side to side and then tilt forward, but you need to go either one plane of motion at a time. So it's not a complete sort of ball foot there. And that's also really good because it means that there's no real chance of this foot from coming off because it is anchored in through the center of the ball there in that little channel with a pin. So again, that's going to be the same on all of your legs, which makes it really good for adjusting your rhino bed when you're on uneven ground or on a slope or something like that. So I'm just going to lock that one just back down flat. And pop the foot back out like so. Now, in terms of configurations, the reason why adjusting the legs is really helpful, not just for uneven ground, but you've also got your hinge point here at the top of the bed. Now, what you can do is if you need a little bit of extra tilt or you don't want to lay perfectly flat, you can adjust these legs all the way out at the top here on either side. And that's going to put the head of your bed on a little bit of an upwards angle. You also have the option here with these locking screws on the side to fully lift the head of the bed up. Now, you can go, obviously you've seen with pack up that moves the whole way, so you could go anywhere from say 90-degree angle through back to 45, any. So these will lock into place with these teeth here. Now, as you can see, it's just, I'll move the padding out the way to give you a better look. So as long as the position of your chair is going to line up with the teeth on either side, here we can lock that into place. So I'll just say put it into that position like so, and then move around to the other side, and I will tighten this one off. So my teeth aren't quite lining up, so I'm just going to give this side of the bed a little bit of a push, and that's going to put the teeth into position there. So I'm going to hop on and do a comfort test. Now, I'm curious to see when I hop on the bed, I'm curious to see if I'll also be able to unscrew the sides and release the bed back down if I want to. So even just those little locking screws here with the teeth, I feel really supported on the bed here. There is a little bit of movement, which I think is a given because it is attached to the frame via elastic, but there's no sense of the back of the bed flopping down or tilting down or feeling like it's going to shift or move at all. So that's a very sort of comfortable position to be in, like so. So I reckon from here I probably could loosen off either side and drop that down. So I'm 171, and I did mention before that the bed was 206 long. So I'm 171. I probably want to just jiggle myself down a little bit here. So this is actually really comfy. It feels like you're sleeping on a mattress, but obviously you've got the height of the stretcher and a bit of a suspension feel, almost feels a little bit like a hammock. You do feel a little bit cocooned. I think because of the padding sides, there's a sense that they are up around you. So it is quite a warm bed. So it's very, I would say it's around about 29 degrees here today where we're filming, and it is quite warm in the store, and I am feeling very warm lying on the bed. So I'm not sure how you'd go sleeping on this if it was summer. You'd probably do okay with like a cotton sheet or something over the top, but directly on the polar fleece it's quite warm. The padding is very extensive. I don't feel like I would need to use a mattress at all. I don't even think I would need to use a pillow. The padding on the head here It doesn't look like it when you're just looking at the bed, but it does feel like it's a little bit thicker than the body of the Rhino bed. But I do definitely think I would get away without using a pillow. Like, I'd be quite happy to sleep on this as is with a blanket and have an awesome night's sleep. So in terms of rolling over or turning over, there's lots of support in the bed. Even though you feel cocooned, you're not sinking down when you're wanting to turn around. And the bed itself feels very solid in moving. There's no sort of rocking or tilting or anything that I can notice moving around on the bed. So if you're somebody like me and tosses and turns a lot and moves around in your sleep, you won't have any issues with the Rhino bed. So that's about it for the Rhino bed and the comfort test. I do have here one of our more popular camp mat options, which is the Exped in the LXW size. So I'm just going to lay that down so you've got just a bit of a comparison in terms of size. Obviously the overall pack size of the Rhino bed, and as you can see, it is quite a lot bigger. But in terms of warmth, comfort, I'd say you can't really go wrong with the Rhino bed there. It definitely is something that I'd be more than happy to sleep on. It even would do a really great job being used as a spare bed in your home. And with that fully adjustable height setting that you've got there to either raise it up to a full 43 centimetre height or a normal stretcher height, it gives you loads of versatility with your sleep setup. Now we're just going to pack the Rhino bed away. We're going to flip up the base of the bed, and then we're going to do the head of the bed over the top of that. And once we're here, we're going to flatten the legs down. Don't forget to release the pin that's on the right hand side of the bed. Then we're going to flip the bed over and fold away the remaining 2 leg sets, again with the locking pin on either side. We're going to grab the storage bag, but before we do, one thing you'll probably want to double check is whether or not your little locking screws, I guess you could call them here, are done up. Because whilst these are open, the bed can still open up. So because there's no strap on the bag that keeps it the bed together when it's in the storage bag, it will have a tendency to sort of open up, which can make it a little bit awkward trying to get it in and out of the bag. So before we're going to do that, we're just going to lean down on the bed here to make sure it's nice and compact. You're going to want to double check that the teeth are lined up, because if it's at the wrong angle, as you can see, the teeth won't the sort of teeth won't lock into each other. So we're just going to give it a little push and then tighten that off, and we'll do the same on the other side. So now we can see that's all locked off, and as you can see now, lifting up, the bed's not coming apart. So that's going to be ideal for us with our packing away. So we're going to slip it into the storage bag like so. So there's also plenty of room in the bag here, as you can see, so you could probably get away with chucking a few pillows and a quilt or some extra bedding in there as well. So that's about it for the Oztrail Rhino bed. You can get this at snowies.com.au at our low prices every day.